Welcome back. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're continuing our series about building a megacity. Part 1, with the link in the description, was all about building a sustainable 20-person village. This way we can get that base started before we start planning what a megacity looks like. My last megacity was only planned around 70 buildings before I added another 70. This one will be planning 140 buildings from the start. I did think about building something similar to the line in Saudi Arabia, where they're building a 170-kilometer long city, where everything's 5 minutes walk away. But this game isn't big enough for that. There's not enough buildings. What happens if someone gets pregnant? You've got to re-shift workers. It just won't work. So I thought, let's just put it up into districts, but not like this. So based on my other megacity, these are the buildings you're going to need for your megacity. Alright, we're going to start off with about 57 houses. Then we'll have extraction, one shed, that's all you can have, one herbalist, this will make poison bolts, one mine, probably the closest one, just to mine iron, 3 wells, 2 wood sheds, this will get a lot of wood, and you'll need a lot of firewood as well. Hunting. Again, I'm after only making cherry pies, so therefore I'm not going to need any meat. What the hunting lodge does, it provides fur and leather, which you can sell as fur boots, and you'll make a lot of money selling fur boots. You get away from a simpler supply chain with fur boots as well, hunting lodge, and then seamstress, and then you sell them. Farming, 1 barn, 7 farm sheds, 2 windmills. I'm going to think about having maybe 1 windmill because I'm only going to need flour. The animal husbandry, so I got 1 beekeeping one, 3 sheep in the fold to make wool, 15 geese house, 1 pig sty just for fertilizer, 1 stable for horses as well. Production, 4 kitchens would probably be a little bit of an overkill, but it's probably enough just to make cherry pies. 2 sewing huts. Again, you have to process linen, you have to process the wool, and you also be after making fur boots. Smithy to make tools. 3 taverns, because why not? We need more entertainment buildings in this game. 1 workshop, and this can make extra stuff like plates and bowls and cups just to sell. Then the services, 1 builder's hut, because it's such a pain maintaining buildings, may as well just do that. And then to sell things, so market stalls, 8 resource stalls, a lot of that's going to be feathers. Tools, because you're going to make a lot of them. 4 food stalls to sell excess cherry pies. Clothing, this is where you'll sell fur boots. Bag hats as well is another good one. And then storages, we're going to have 3 storage because we're going to run a bit leaner on that. At most we'll have probably 300 cherry pies at once in our storage. And then 8 resources, and this was always seemed a bit tight, so I would like 9. So we'll see if we get any efficiencies by building 100 or planning 140 buildings at once, rather than what I did last time was 70 and then added on another 70. Alright, this is the simple plan so far. You'll see the vertical black lines, they're going to be 5 farm squares across, and the horizontal ones are probably going to be 2, because I've made them 4, but then each house is going to have a little front yard as well, so which is 1 square each, so therefore you're going to have 2 left over. But that's plenty for this game. Entertainment's going to be at the top, so this is where the taverns are going to be, more communal spaces. Services, the market's going to be. We'll have storages down here. We'll see how we go with that. The resource storages are pretty big buildings. All the production is going to be here. Then we'll have all the houses here. We'll try and fit 57 in. I'm not liking my chances, but we'll see how we go. Barn and windmill will be over here. Then we'll have the orchards. and then farms, and I'm going to stick with 8 by 16, not the 16 by 16, because therefore you're losing efficiency. If you have 8 by 16, you're going to have 2 farms, so therefore 4 farmers can work on each. Whereas you have one big farm, only 4 farmers can work on that one. All the animals over here. It's a rough plan. We'll see how we go. Alright, so I've started laying down the foundations. I have a video about planning this stuff with the farm spaces. I'll put that in the description. So this is what I have so far. The main road down the middle. Again, it's going to be 5 farm spaces across. I've got housing there. And the entertainment's going to be there. I've got production stuff there. More production stuff there. As we keep going down, I'm going to have food storages there. And some wells. All the animals are going to be there. So you can see the plan's already changed. All the housing there. Then all the farms. I've made the farms closer to the people because they've got to be farmed. Whereas the orchards are a bit more self-sufficient in that case. So all these trees will go. So I've gone through the process of building just the buildings I need to transfer all those people from my old little village of 20 people over to my new mega city. So these are the houses on the left. As you can see, it's going to be 4 across. All the kitchens are there in production. I haven't built all the buildings because I don't want to waste the resources on them, and I don't want to go back and fix them as well. However, you're going to get taxed a lot because the tax man in this will see a building started is one you'll get taxed on. More houses there. All the animals are going to be on the left. So again, the map's changed. The plan's changed as well. And this is where the stable's going to be in front and the horses. And now we have the farms. At the moment, I've got to have a mixture of grains and vegetables growing just to keep things moving along because I'm not up to the tavern, which means I can make cherry pies yet. So these are the spaces I'm using, the farm squares, to really space it out. And you can have these go forever and they work really well. Here are the cherry trees that are in there. The idea is I'll buy a couple every season, plant them, so they're ready for when I make cherry pies. I'm fairly happy with this layout. One niggling concern I have is where the storages are kept. They're quite far out, and I've got a bad feeling I'm not going to be able to put all of them in there. And I don't really want to think about what I've got to do to shift everything down. So the storages are in front. They're a pain to get to. I don't think I'm going to fit 7, let alone 8 in there. But we'll see how it goes. So here's the map so far. As you can see, it's different to one we planned out, but I think it's going to work pretty well. Stay tuned for part 3.